Guys, thank you so much for coming in to see me here at Body by Design Personal Training and Peak Performance. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym now, and I just finished watching a video by Zach Even-Esh. And now the majority of the video was pretty much about having the courage to be yourself. And I thought this was pretty important, because I don't know about everybody else or where it is that you come from, but I know that I came from a pretty rough neighborhood. And so I had certain associations and certain identities with certain things in the world. And when I found myself growing out of this world and moving on in the world and coming into different situations with different people, I started to realize that the identities and associations that I had set up with this world did not meet the expectations or even the level of this world over here. And you really had to understand of how to control your core values and what values to bring out at the appropriate time. And I know something that helped me a lot was this story called The Frog and the Scorpion, and it really sort of helped me put into tune exactly how it was I was perceiving myself in the world. And the story went like this. So this is the scorpion and the frog. One day, there was a beautiful sunny day in the woods. Mr. Frog and his family were out in the pond having a swim. All of a sudden, Mr. Frog heard over the distance, "Mr. Frog, Mr. Frog." And he looked around and he was like, "Is somebody calling my name?" And then he looked over in the distance and he seen somebody waving. And then he heard, "Mr. Frog, can you help me? Please come over here." So Mr. Frog, being the good guy that he is, swims over. And now as he's getting closer and closer and closer to the other side of the pond, he realizes that this is a scorpion. And he thinks to himself, why would the scorpion be calling me? Scorpion and frogs are not friends. So he goes over, because he's a kind man, and he says to the scorpion, "Scorpion, what can I do for you?" And the scorpion replies, "Mr. Frog, I'm trying desperately to get back to my family, but they're on the other side of this pond and I have to be there before nightfall. Now, if I have to walk all the way around this pond, I will not make it in time to feed my children. Can you please give me a lift across the pond?" The frog looked confused and looked back at the scorpion and said, "But scorpions sting frogs, so why would I help you?" And Scorpion jumped back and said, "No, no, no, Mr. Frog, I will not sting you. I tell you the truth. And I'm really just trying to get across the pond to get back to my family." Mr. Frog, being the family man that he is, can completely understand this, and he says, "Okay, Scorpion, jump on my back and we'll swim across." So the scorpion jumps on and they start to swim across. At about halfway across the pond, Scorpion felt something sharp. And all of a sudden he goes underneath the water and comes back up and realized the scorpion has stung him. He looks at the scorpion in surprise and he says, "Scorpion, you stung me. Why? We'll die." The scorpion looked down at him and he said, "But Frog, I'm a scorpion, and scorpions sting frogs." Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you're here for the next one.